Oh, wait, baby. Yeah, boy. Oh, wait. I almost feel like I want to play some music. I normally don't even like playing music, but I just feel like the occasion calls for some music. I'm gonna see if I can find some music while y'all doing all that, while y'all gathering yourselves and preparing yourselves to tap in, tune in with your boy Big Nate on the Nate Logic, baby. Wait, baby. Make sure y'all do that. Y'all go get your popcorn and all that stuff, man. I'm gonna see if I can find us some music or something. I haven't had I've been having this mood for a while. I don't know why. But I just been feeling this way. I don't know. Big bro. Why they doing that? You know.
What's the difference between selling on a marketplace?
This is your boy Big Nate, the Real Underground Radio Station. What I will say is this. Life can be whatever it is. It can always throw you at a whip. But you got to be able to take that thing in the curve. Life is about living in the curve. And I don't care what you got going on. Sometimes that curve gonna come. And you got to be ready for it. Whenever it comes. You got to know it's coming. You got to know that curve is coming, baby. And when it comes, you got to be ready to dip. So you drive. You going. You coasting down the road, big bro.
Yes.
Oh, wait, baby. Dipping. Tripping. Mind going through whatever you dealing with. And you thinking real hard about it. When that curve comes, you got to swing that thing, baby. Oh, wait. You got to swing that thing. You got to let that thing know. You don't have control of me, but I have control of you. You don't run me, but I run you. You ain't gonna throw me off in that ditch. You not gonna take me. Oh, wait, baby. I know somebody feel that. Oh, come on. You feel that. Just let that beat take you. Oh. You ain't gonna let this thing throw you out, baby. Whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you got going on right now, you ain't gonna let nothing throw you out. You don't let it beat you. My daddy told me one time, I don't care what it is you dealing with, boy. I don't care what it is you got going on, son. You better not give up. You better not stop. You don't let no man beat you. You don't let no situation beat you. I'm telling you what Fred Baker Sr. told me. Oh! I'm telling you this with love, baby. Oh! Yeah! This ain't logic, baby. Oh, we, baby. Oh! You better not let it stop you. Write it down. Write it in the mirror. No matter what you do, no matter what you got going on right now, I don't care what it is, baby, you better not let it stop you. You own it. You in that curve. You dipping. You ain't tripping, baby. I got one of my favorite people with me tonight, baby. I got one of my favorite people, one of my big brothers, man. One of my big brothers, man. Listen, this here boy Big Nate with the Real Underground Radio Station. This Nate Logic, baby. Oh, wait, baby. My favorite. One of my favorite. I ain't going to say my only favorite because the other ones might hear that and get mad. And he'll put the other one will put a hit out on me. And I don't really consider him as a big brother, though. I consider him more like a father figure. I consider Big O, James O. Williams is more like a big brother. But Bruce, I know he not probably because he don't have Facebook. But I don't know. I ain't gonna say it. You can't never say what Bruce ain't got.
You can't never say what Bruce don't have.
You can't never say what Bumpy ain't got.
That's correct.
he's more like a father figure to me. I don't know. Ever since I lost my, there's very few men who I have reverence for in that manner, but he's definitely the only one, probably. Yeah, the only one, basically. Yeah. Hey man, listen, y'all sit back. We're gonna drop some game tonight, man. I have with me tonight one of Arkansas's, America's best people.
I appreciate that.
A Little Rock, definitely a Little Rock superstar. Ain't nobody, if you're in Little Rock and you don't know who this brother is, I don't even know if you're from Little Rock. I don't even know if you're from Little Rock. Big bro, did you go to Central?
I attended Hall High School.
Your Hall?
Yeah, yeah.
Orange
Class of
and
91, orange and white. We were supposed to go to Central. We were all slated. My older siblings went to. I know Central's fight zone. I watched my brother play for Central. I watched my sister cheer for Central. She's a cheerleader. And they reconsolidated the school districts my 8th grade year going to the 9th grade. And we ended up going to Forest Heights. If you lived like one block east or west of this particular street, you went to Forest Heights and you end up going to Hall. And if you was on the other side, you went to Central.
Okay. So you went to Hall, class of 91.
Class of 91.
If you don't know who James O. Williams is, are you really from Little Rock?
It's hard to say. There's been places I've been and people call my name. I don't remember names very well, but I know their face. So it's possible. But I'm afraid to do two things. One, commit a crime because everybody know me. Or two, run for office because everybody know me.
But literally, they know you. They know. Well,
Yeah. So those are
God
my
bless
two
'em.
fears, right? I'm a different cup of water. Yeah. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it's warm. Sometimes
Depends
it's just
on who
what you
that person
need.
is, though.
Sometimes it's what I need to get off. Get my, feelings out. But yeah, I'm a different cup of water.
do they? Big bro. Sometimes people don't give us space to. You said something real important. Sometimes people don't give us space to be what we are and who we are.
Well, my wife says it best. She stated that sometimes you have to send your representative. Because if you really, really, truly knew who I was, then, I had to save some of that, for people who I really, really, really know.
Right.
Because if you know me, then you know my secrets. You know everything about me. You know my faults. And if you can still look past me, past my faults, then we got a relationship. We got a friendship. People tell me all the time, hey, man, you're a good dude until I let you down.
Or until I tell you no.
Or I tell you no, right.
Basically, until I let you down.
And when I let you down, absolutely, I'm a human being. Your phone let you down. Your car let you down. What else? Sometimes it's radio stations. Some not. You know why? Humans made it.
Humans are. We're made for flaw.
Absolutely.
We were made in flaw. And so I've likened to. I don't expect perfection. I expect effort.
Absolutely.
So. Even if you're not perfect, that's fine. I don't want you to be perfect.
And that I'm glad you stated that because a lot of people talk about perfect makes practice, and then I've heard perfect practice makes perfect or whatever. Practice makes perfect, whatever the case may be. No, it makes excellence. There's nothing perfect. Excellence is what you're looking for.
Because even in your excellence, you're still not perfect.
Exactly.
But that excellence gives room for a flaw.
Yeah, that's everybody's been quoting Dion, but that's what Dion was talking about. Even though we had those wins, yeah, we were excellent, but we weren't perfect. I love to get the win in a big game, but there's some things we need to clean up: some blocking, some tackling, some missed assignments, some wrong routes. So what he's saying is that yeah, we played a great second half or a great fourth quarter. But,
I think what people forget to realize is that they went 1-11 last year.
Right, that part.
Here's the other part. Dion and them went 1-11 last year. Last year you only made $40,000. You only made $20,000. This year you made $60,000. Now you have to understand, in your 1-11. There's room for growth. Now, growth is still 2-10.
Mm-hmm.
Growth is still 3-9.
That's correct. You know, we call it in golf our personal pars. Our personal achievements is what's really about. Our personal goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tiger Woods' goal was to win more majors than Jack Nicklaus.
Mm-hmm.
We made that our goal, so now we want to see him do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he doesn't do it, then we say, well, he didn't meet his goal. That was his goal. We just tagged along for the ride.
And sometimes we don't even know what his goal is.
Absolutely.
We don't know what Deion's goal is.
That's correct.
I will say this though. I was thinking about the way that coach came out and bragged and boasted.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, he don't know. He's setting himself up for failure.
Absolutely. Well,
Often we think we won something, big bro.
Yep.
Oh, you won a battle.
Correct.
We in a war.
That's correct.
We is in a war. Oregon is going to play them next year.
Mm-hmm.
Every year they're in the same division, right?
Correct.
Oh, we baby. Oh, we. And then the other part is, what he gonna do when all his stars don't want to play for him, but want to play for Deion?
I could not agree with you more. He is a recruiting nightmare right now. You know, he can get in any living room he wants to get into at this point.
Only way you gonna stop Deion is if you start coming with bigger money.
Right.
The only way only way Deion can't get the top 10, 20 recruits is if the other schools come with bigger NIL deals.
That's possible. That's true. But you know, he let his kids shine. You know, I like the fact that they do what they do, and you know, when they don't achieve their goals, then they still come to the pressers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's admirable. So you know, I like the way he let his players shine.
There's a lot to be learned, and I'll say this. I'll premise this with this. I'm not a Deion fan. I feel like he shouldn't have left Jackson State, but
Yeah.
I can appreciate what's going on.
Right.
I don't like green beans, but I can appreciate
What they do for you. Right.
Hey,
But listen, you've watched some football so late, probably the latest you ever watched football in your life.
and got up mad. Like, what?
It took you 2 days to watch that game.
Man, what? I was like, I can't believe this. But, you know, hey, man, it was still a good game, a lot of football left. And there's a lot of lessons in that Deion thing. That's the only reason why I bring it up, because there's a lot of lessons in it. And life sometimes is all about lessons. And then it's about how you take those lessons and apply them to your life. One thing that I can say about this man in front of me, James O. Williams, is that he's always been there to give me life lessons. When my dad died, my mom died, he told me one thing. He said, Nate, he gave me some days, some time. He said, his exact words is, let the dead bury the dead. Ain't that what you told me?
Yeah. You know that's
Let the dead bury the dead.
Those are Jesus' words, though. Yeah.
And basically what he meant by that is stop living in that hurt. Stop breathing and being in that hurt. Because your mama nor your daddy want to see you sit there in misery.
Correct.
And only somebody who truly loves you and truly understands you can see when you in that hurt. And I commend you again, big bro, for being able to see me in that hurt.
And one thing we got to understand, Nate, is that when we continue to live, if we get older, well, somebody got to go. I'm just right. So I have a good friend over at Skills Barbershop. His name is Gary Ellison. I was complaining about buying the fish for the family reunion. He said, James, you got the money, get the fish. Well, you know, when you are spearheading the family reunion, you are spending more of your own money.
Every time you turn around.
Every time, because you got to pay deposits, things of that nature. I said, man, he said, James, get the fish. He explained that we are those uncles and aunts now.
Right.
The people who come to your house on Christmas and Thanksgiving and holidays and 4th of July and things of that nature. So we are those aunts and uncles now, and it's time for us to take our place. So we can't take our place,
right?
You know.
And if we don't take those places, the family falls away.
Absolutely.
And that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happening in a lot of our communities, big bro. Our families are falling apart. And that's dangerous. Because if you don't have family, you're gonna be out here in this weird world by yourself.
And we have to know how to define family.
Right.
People think it's blood related. People think it's marriage related. When I was in social work, we defined family as people who share history together. History. You live with someone under the same roof and you share history together, that's your family.
Would it be unfair to say family can also be people you dream with?
That's possible, yeah. That's possible because, to me, I'm still saying things my mom, dad, granddad, and grandmother stated. Some of the quotes, so they mean they must be living within me. If I'm still using those quotes to the kids I mentor now, I couldn't be by myself because the things that I used to hate to hear my mother say, I find myself now saying. Man, why is she saying that? Why she keep saying that? And I guess at some point she knew if she kept talking, we were going to keep listening, and it was going to be instilled in us. And it'll pour out when we need it. So
Yes, sir, Doc. And you could say the same about. I would say the same. My mom poured Jesus into me,
absolutely.
and I know there's a God.
Absolutely.
Because of that.
Absolutely.
And at first it used to just be like you said. I would hear her saying.
Right. It's like, oh, mama said God. I found myself saying, if it's the Lord's will.
Yes.
If it's the Lord's will.
Yes. And
Or how about this one? Day by day.
Day by day.
I used to think, what are they talking about?
Day by day. I
Day
want
by
some
day.
today.
My father used to say, your daily bread.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, baby. Big bro, you've been dealing with these kids and mentoring and working with youth for how long?
It's been a while. So let's put some sauce on this thing. First of all, let me thank you for allowing us to come into the real underground radio station. With the Nate logic. We want to appreciate, anytime we get a chance to reach people, we take advantage of it. Yes, I've been mentoring kids probably back in high school, college. I got a professional job at Youth Home Incorporated. From there, just working with kids. I can see a youth or juveniles in the stores, and I say something to them. Are you going to school? Are you learning a trade? What are you doing with yourself? Because one thing about it, you're going to have to work to take care of yourself.
Got to do something.
So it's two ways to get paid, I was told. Somebody going to pay you for what you know or what you do. It's just that simple, right? So people call consultants. They get paid for what they know. And people who do what the consultants say, those people get paid for what they do. So and there's nothing wrong with either one of those, wherever it is. But just understand that my dad said it three ways. There are people who mop floors, there are people who walk on mop floors, and there are people who supervise the mop floors. So it's up to you where you want to be.
And you have to put forth the effort to us.
Absolutely. Now, if you find one mopping floors, don't have a problem with that. Don't you have a problem with that if that's what you want to do. But if you don't want to do that, then you got to put yourself in the position to do better.
Now, before we go any further, we need y'all to like this page. We need y'all to share this page. Share the Real Underground Radio Station. Share this with all your friends. Send it to your mom and them. Let them know that Big Nate and James O was talking about some real stuff. Big O, I like to tell this story about one of the mentoring and aspects that we share. Young man, we sat. Everybody that knows me knows that I do a mentoring and tutoring in Palm Bluff and working with young at-risk youth. Big O came to the alternative school on a Friday. We were talking to these young men. I'm not going to say their names. And we told them about choices. We told them about decision making and how those choices and decisions could change could change their life for the better or for the worse. Was it that next weekend or was it that weekend?
It was quick because I still have those pictures in my phone. I still refer to them. They're my favorites where I can get to them so I can make a great example where we took our time to pour into some young people, giving them the information that they needed to attempt to survive this thing called life. And some of these kids grow up in some real troubled ways. And we were just explaining to them that the choices they make are very important. So we have one picture of the young man sitting in a group session listening to the information, and then the next picture he's in an orange jumpsuit, and it resonates that we try. That doesn't mean you're going to succeed, but we continue to try.
You have to still put forth effort.
Absolutely, the kids are making choices and playing games that they don't know the rules to. If it was to play a game of spades, in my family, you got to start hollering out the rules. No blind six, no cross dealing, no sandbagging. If you can play the rules in a game of spades, if you're out here in this life, you better know the rules that you're playing.
You better know how to play.
Absolutely.
And and like you said, if you don't know the rules,
don't play the game.
Don't play the game. And I think that's the case a lot of times. These young men and women don't know the rules.
Let's talk about the felony murder statute. A lot of don't know what felony murder means. In the course of a felony, murder happens. You don't have to be the trigger person. You don't have to be the person who had the gun or whatever. If you participated in a felony and a murder happens, then you're going to be charged with capital murder.
Even if you were in the car?
Well, if you participated. So if I pick you up, well, you pick me up and I go and rob a store, you know anything about it. Of course, come on, that's not going to happen that way. But if I tell you, Nate, this store opens at this time, they make the deposit at this time, they open and they close at this time, you should go at this time, and I give you the intel and I give you a ride, I might as well go with you. Okay? If you and I are in this thing together and we decide to rob this store and the clerk shoots me, they're going to charge you with my murder. So these are games people don't play. Let's say we successfully robbed the store, and on our way out, I mishap and have a wreck and someone perishes because I lost control of my car. In the commission of a felony, a murder happens. And that's what our young kids don't understand right now. That's that and accomplice liability. If you be an accomplice to a crime, you're liable.
So basically what you're saying is two things. If you win them, you getting it.
If you in for a penny, you in for a pound. So what does that mean, Big O? What do you mean if you're in for a penny, you in for a pound?
Oh, wait, baby.
Well, if you're in for a penny means that if I decide to rob Nate, because I know Nate got 5 stacks, he got $5,000, and me and my homeboy going to rob Nate. He said, we're going to split the proceeds. That's $2,500 a piece, which is, I've seen some murders more or less than that. I'm telling you right now, okay? But when we rob Nate, he don't have 5,000. He has 10,000. So do the partners still just want the 2,500 or they want 5,000 apiece? They want the 5,000 apiece, correct? So
Right.
if you in for the increase on the good, you in on the increase on the bad.
Ooh.
So it's just that simple.
And I think a lot of young men and women need to know this information. If you with them, you get it. Good or bad.
Go back to Boys in the Hood. What do you say? Hey, Doe, let me out.
That's what you better tell them.
There you go.
But at the same time, what Doughboy do?
He let him out.
Doughboy knew
Doughboy went on and did what he had to
Yeah.
do, right? But the thing is, he had a revelation. This is not me.
Yeah.
So let me out.
But the other part of that, big bro, is Doughboy knew that wasn't him.
Right. He let him off too. He said he understood why you got the car. That ain't him.
That ain't you.
Right.
But Doughboy, he had it in him.
Right. So you better make up your mind.
Big bro,
Yes.
one of the amazing things that you do in the community is you play golf.
I do.
You are a golf addict.
Yes.
I seen you play golf in 130-degree heat.
I don't feel the heat when we're out there. It's when we stop.
You love it.
Yes.
I used to call you Big Tiger.
Well, I wish I had that kind of skill set, but no. But, golf is a game that you can play year-round if the weather permits you to play. If you can play.
Ain't no weather permits, big bro. You played in the rain.
As long as it's not lightning, because we do have those sticks. Those metals are lightning rods. So it's a game you can play year-round in different places of the country, in the United States, and sometimes here. Because right now, this is perfect golf weather. And we'll have this particular weather all the way up until possibly December, where it's not getting too cold. So this is perfect golf weather. So there are a lot of golfers out there now that's been looking for these nice 80-degree days, 90-degree days.
So this is we ain't interrupting your golf time, are we?
Oh no, not at all, not at all. It gets dark now at 7:30. So,
but if it wasn't, you'd be.
Well, something with golf. I'd be at the course teaching or playing. I do like playing in the evenings after work when the sun doesn't set until 8:45, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Most golfers are weathermen. We're meteorologists. We know when the rain is coming. We know what kind of clouds. It's finna rain. We're finna open up on us.
You can smell it.
You can smell the rain. Or if it's overcast, people, it's gonna rain today. No, it's not. Because most golfers know what the weather's gonna do.
Golf it's not bad on your body. You're not gonna get CTE from golf, are you?
No,
you're not gonna get
unless something weird happens when you crash in your golf cart.
Oh, you've been drinking.
Oh, you've been drinking, right?
A lot of dudes drink and play golf.
Yeah, they do. They do. They have them a spirit or libation, or some people just drink Coke and water. The serious golfers trying to get their handicaps down. Right. They're not, afterwards. We call it 19th hole. We can get into some of that too.
Yeah.
There's 18 holes of golf, and then there's always a 19th hole.
Well, you just out there shooting.
Well, the 19th hole is when you come back in and you have the, refreshments. You may have a burger. You may have, a beer. You may have, just a Coke, and you're still talking about your game and what you missed, and it's just a way of socialization.
We back, baby. Oh, we baby. Big bro, we back. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We back. We finna be back here in a second. So give me this second here, big bro. But while it's updating and all that, we basically just had to reboot, we back up and running now. So y'all make sure y'all share this live. We back up and running. So I need while we getting everything back up and going, everybody take a moment to share this live right now. Share it with your folks. Send it to your first cousin. Yeah, that's what I want to talk to. I want to talk to everybody's first cousin. Send this to your first cousin. Big bro, so golf, a lot of people don't like golf because they think it's too slow, but it's more of a methodical game. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's like it takes a while for it to unfold. I can't speak for a lot of people. I could just say one of the difficult things about golf is the scoring. Mm-hmm. That throws everybody off. Golf is a game of opposites. The least amount of points win. So, when you're playing golf and if you don't understand what you're watching on television, it's tough to watch, right? And but it's something that starts on a Thursday and unfolds on a Sunday. So, and it's a championship every week, right? So that happens every Thursday, stops on Sunday. Okay, unless you're watching the Champions Tour, it's Friday to Sunday. Unless you're watching the Live Tour, the Live just means 54. That's the Roman numbers for 54. They only play 54 holes. They play 3 days of golf. 18 times 3 is 54, right? So that's where Live come from, right. the Roman numerals. So
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what people say. Well, why they call it Live? Why is it LV? Well, it's 54.
I like. We don't have that many young people playing the game of golf, do we?
Oh. I wish that wasn't true. We're trying to push this game now. We started in middle school. My thought processes now is to get into the elementary schools. Okay, the kids, they really, really enjoy it. It's something they can do by themselves. We do have athletes that play golf, but the kids who don't feel like they're athletic enough to play basketball, football, or run track, you have golf. That doesn't mean golf's not athletic. It's just some kids don't like to be, some kids are just introverts, right? Introverts. So
they want to be out there with that ball.
Right, and golf allows you to do that. I can't tell you how many times I had to get the kids off the driving range. Hey, it's time to go. Can I hit one more? It's time to go. We got to pack it in. Can I hit one more? Or when a parent tells me, Coach, I have holes in my walls. I said, great. Let's just, I can give you information to a good person who can fix those holes in your walls. But if you have holes in your walls, that means that the kids are taking on golf. I have holes in my walls.
Man, what? They out there hitting the hole. Man, y'all crazy.
Because you're swinging the golf club in the house. So, it's like, golf is that thing. Golf is like piano. You got to do something with it daily. Don't let more than 2 or 3 days go by without doing something with it.
I understand that, and it's a very intriguing sport for those that like golf or that like that type of sport. How are you helping the sport of golf grow in the black community?
One child at a time, one school at a time. I go at lunchtime. I have relationships with the principals, and I set up a table, and I just start a conversation. Sometimes not even about golf. How are you doing in school? What's going on? Do you play any sports? Would you be interested in golf? Funny story how we got started. Well, you know Michael Perkins. We call him Mike P at the frat house. I said he was at Horace Mann. I said, Frat, allow me to come by the gym class and do a golf clinic. Oh, man, anytime you want to come, just let me know. Unbeknownst to either one of us, the football coach, who was also at the time, he was looking for kids to play golf. He knew nothing about golf. We never had a conversation. I'm just telling you how God moves. We met at Sims Barbecue on Broadway, and we started a golf program at Mann Middle School. Now, they may have had one back in the day, but I guess we rebirthed a program at Mann Middle School. And it took off. We had one match with Pinnacle View. Our girls won. Our boys need to focus a little bit better. Some of the kids, we put golf clubs in their hands, have never touched a golf club before, so we are starting from scratch. When some kids have been playing golf ever since they were 4, 5, 6 years of age.
Wow. You can get a golf scholarship.
There's so many dollars out there for golf scholarships, I can't begin to tell you. And that's one of the things we're trying to tell you. By the time a kid gets to high school, it's too late for him to start learning golf, to go play, to get a scholarship. What happens, one of my greatest moments, I was able to take a middle school kid and introduce him to the golf coach at Central High School. Hey, this kid right here, he's been playing golf for the last year and a half. Boom. Now that's a connection. He don't have to try out for the team to see if he can hold a club. Now he can actually go and try out for the team because he knows how to swing the club. And that's, to me, that's progress.
And a strong likelihood, scholarship.
Scholarship, which is kind of odd because, the Little Rock School District, I don't know about all, so I could not be, given the right information, but they offer every sport. You take Southwest High School right here. They have to offer swimming, golf, football, basketball. Those things have to be offered. Well, the first time you put your hands on the club is going to be in the 9th grade. Look how far behind you are now. I mean, you can't catch up.
Right.
But if you play football in high school, you play football where else?
In college.
Middle school.
Right.
If you played football in middle school, you played it where? For one of these Gary and Larry teams, the Razorbacks, Sunset Tigers, you've played football on some level before you got all the way up to high school.
Right. You've been playing for a long, long time.
I'm that coach in the neighborhood to get the kids to put them back in the truck and go teach them. That's what I am.
You instead of teaching them football, you teaching them golf.
Teaching them golf. That's all I am.
They ain't got to worry about CTE.
They don't have to worry
They're going to have to get some holes in the walls.
Right.
Your mama going to whoop your butt. Big bro, tell me about, so you have an organization specifically for golf, am I correct?
Absolutely. We started with what we call the CADDY program, where I was giving golf lessons to kids and I was charging a price, and I felt like, that's not, if you want to grow the games, you're going to have to put some skin in it, okay? So what is your skin in the game is going to be, right? So after speaking with some elders that I believe in, Big O, you need to start a foundation. Take the LLC is great, but you need a foundation. So they gave me deadlines. By this time I want this, by this time I want that, and Big O love deadlines. That means it makes me get up and do something, right?
Right.
And we had that conversation. By the next 2 months, we were rolling, and then you have to apply for your 501c3, and you never know when you get that. You just got to keep checking. It's not like you can call the United States government and say, hey, IRS or whoever the place, do I have my 501c3 status yet? You just get a letter out of the blue. Got that letter in July of last year. We launched on October the 20th, 2022. That was my birthday. I wanted to never forget that date, so I put it on my birthday. We launched, and we showed what we have been doing. Started raising money, started buying new clubs for the kids, started getting active in the community. We have about 30 kids who've came through our camps this spring, summer, and what we call fall, right before school started. So we've had 4 camps, 4 weeks apiece. We have a 4th camp coming up next Monday in Conway, where we'll have kids come in, about 6 or 7 kids in Conway that we're getting together to have one more camp. We've taken golf to the Delta. We've been down to the kids in Dumas, Dermont, Lake Village area.
Wow.
So one of our sayings is that we have a couple. One of them is we're the bridge to the destination. Okay? And so how do we do that? What do we need to do to be a bridge to the destination? In May of this year, we had our youth conference. We brought kids in from the city. We talked about financial literacy, positive communication with law enforcement. Like I tell my kids all the time, son, young lady, I can get you out of jail. I can't bond you out the grave. Okay. We talked about mental health issues. We had a lot of interactive groups come in. We had taekwondo. We had straight right boxing. It was a great, great, great day.
And where you just had an opportunity to expose these young people to so many different avenues, because a lot of times all we see is football and basketball.
Football and basketball. And the mayor came out. Mayor Frank Scott came out there and gave the kids a motivational speech before we got started. Kids got a chance to get close and personal with the mayor. You know, how many of our politicians, the kids don't get a chance to go and see? Or they got an opportunity to meet judges. We have Judge Mark Leverett, Leon Johnson. You know, these guys come out, Tawana Bird, Judge Bird, they come out, Judge Bird Manning, they come out, and our kids have access to these people. Now, how cool does it be to take a picture, and have access to a judge, or to be in front of a judge?
At least when you take that picture with the judge,
that's a good day.
Yeah.
But if you in front of that judge, so that's the difference we're trying to make.
Right. So with this program, if a person wanted to sign up for the CADDY, if they wanted to sign their kids up for the CADDY Academy, as long as they're in the Little Rock area or Central Arkansas area, they can join the actual CADDY Academy?
Absolutely. So what we're trying to do now is set up camps in the state of Arkansas. And I'm only one person, but I haven't said no yet. Like, my thing was to take middle school kids. Mm-hmm. Well, I got a kid that's 6 years old. How I tell him no? He picked up a club and came out there swinging. I'm going to say, well, no, this is for middle school. Go sit down? Of course not. So if there is a need, we're going to try to meet it. Now, even though we're only one program, and we do partner with the First Tee of Central Arkansas, we do our classes at the First Tee site in Little Rock. But we're going to Conway next week, starting next Monday for 4 Mondays in a row. Hour-and-a-half class. We do 15 minutes of mentoring, where we talk about setting positive, realistic goals, all the way to making great decisions, you know, understanding, like you said earlier, emotional intelligence, those things. So we have our mentoring, and then we go into the golf. And we use those same skill sets that we teach in golf, and then we apply those same skill sets to their life. So
basically, they'll get, if you're going 4 times and then you do 15 minutes, so you're going to give them a good hour of mentoring.
Well, absolutely. An hour and 15 minutes of mentoring.
An hour and 15
Absolutely, yes.
And then a good...
So you got 15 minutes of mentoring, and then we take those same concepts and add it to the golf, but we're still talking to them as we...
Right.
Mm-hmm. One of our things we like to say is it's on my pamphlets everywhere. You might see the words ready, focus, let's do this. So it's kind of, when I first made it, I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought it was corny, right?
Wait
I thought it was corny. I said, oh man, who says that, right? But then I tell them, I said, before you do anything, you have to be ready.
Ready, right.
I say, what do you mean, Coach? Well, before you can hit this shot, you need the proper club. When you go to school, you need the proper book, the notebook, the pencil, or the pen.
Right.
Like, you don't use a pen in math class.
So you got to be ready.
You got to be ready. Preparation. So then that takes care of that. So if you're ready, then the kids respond ready. So that means you have everything you need to take care of your task. The next thing is focus. What does that mean? That you are understanding what your attention is into the intention of what you're trying to do. Are you putting your attention on the intention of what you're trying to do? If you're trying to hit this ball only 50 yards, you're not going to take a big swing. You're not focused, right? So once you get focused, I say ready, they say ready. I say focus, they respond focus. What's next? Let's do this. So if you apply that same thing to every part of your life, boom, you got it.
Yeah.
So if it's a test, if it's some of my kids come to me and ask me, Coach, how do I ask that girl to go out? I like her. Well, first of all,
you got to get ready.
You got right. Pull your pants up.
Get a haircut.
There you go. So those type of
Look
things.
presentable.
We talk about hygiene. We talk about nutrition. We talk about all these things for you to be ready, focus, and do this. Another thing we say that kind of just caught fire just a little bit, that 3 things that you feel when you put a golf club in the kid's hand. You feel their hands. Golf takes time. You're going to feel their day. When we were coming up, we worked a lot, so we didn't have time to get in trouble. We was too busy working. And hopefully, this is a game that I love. It's going to fill your heart. The game of golf is an addictive sport, and you're always trying to get better. And just when you think you have conquered golf, I advise you not to go to sleep. because you haven't. And it's a total evaluation of self.
I really, and add another piece to this. Golf is where a lot of millionaires and a lot of big money decisions is made.
Absolutely. I say absolutely. That's one of my favorite words. If I agree with something, absolutely. The kids hit a shot like that, coach. Absolutely. We talked about earlier. We're going to do a segment and look for it, and I'll let you know when we do it. We're going to do a segment called The Power of Golf in Business. A lot of people are being left out of the business because you don't play golf. I'm going to tell you right now, if they invite you to play golf, you can guarantee you they're talking about the business. They're already having the meeting before the meeting. When they have the golf itself, they're meeting. And you can guarantee after the golf at the 19th hole, they're having a meeting. So when they get back into the boardroom or the office on that Tuesday or that next Monday morning, whatever, the relationship was already made. Well, I know, Nate, we play golf together over at such and such. And yeah, it's not a problem. How much you say you need it? Because business is about relationships. Right?
Right.
There you go.
So if you're out there playing golf, you're building those relationships.
It's already done.
You're learning how that person thinks when they get to it, if they're able to focus.
It's kind of like the wheel's already been greased for you. Have you ever said, hey, man, make a call for me. I need to do such and such. It's already done.
Yeah.
Ready. Focus. Let's do this.
Big bro, tell me about the event you guys got coming up. Because I'm excited about that and I want to make sure we speak to that as well.
We have a golf tournament coming up on October the 13th in Hot Springs Village at the Balboa Club. It's a Friday. We have an 11 o'clock lunch, 12 o'clock shotgun start. We have all type of fun activities planned for the day. It's our fundraiser our main fundraiser that helps us fund for the year. I normally do a golf tournament on my birthday where I give tee times out, and every 8 minutes a group of guys tee off. Last year we had 9 groups, that's 36 golfers on my birthday.
Wow.
So now those golfers don't have to wait and tee off every 8 minutes. We're going to tee off all at the same time on different holes. That's why they call it a shotgun. So this person will start on hole 1, 2, 3, 4, et cetera, and they'll play 1 through 18. This hole will play 2 through 4. So everybody's going to play the same golf course at the same time and just raise funds and raise money. We still have sponsorship opportunities. You can catch us at caddyacademy.org. That's our website. You can
CADDYacademy.org.
CADDY academy.org. So why Caddy Academy? Well, why the word caddy, right? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, tell me about that. I didn't even think about that, big bro. I'm sorry.
So in golf, a caddy does not hit a shot for the golfer. He totes the clubs. He carries the clubs. He gives the risk and the reward. He tells the player where to lay up, when to mash the gas, when to go for it. He's just giving distance. We use those same concepts when mentoring kids. I'm not here I can't not tell you when you're by yourself with your friends not to smoke cigarettes or whatever. All I can do is tell you the benefits of not smoking those things.
Right.
I can only give you the mentoring. So a lot of times the caddy would give the golfer the information, the golfer makes up his own mind. But we're there still to give the information, give the advice.
I think that's important. You got to have somebody there to give you the game.
Absolutely.
You got to have somebody to give you the game.
You know how mama used to tell you, hey, boy, that stove is hot.
Mama was giving you the game.
But you want to see how hot, right?
Oh, wait.
Right. You want to see how hot it was. Is it really hot?
Is it really?
Because I'm going to tell you something. Our kids' minds are full of curiosity, and we are too. Example, if I invite you over to my home, I got 30 rooms, and you can use the pool, you can use the golf sim, you can do all these things. But whatever you do, Nate, don't go in door with the green knob on it. Don't open that door. Now you have run to the red. All this other 9,000, 10,000 square feet you can have, but that door with the green knob on it, don't go in that door.
And it's gonna eat
It's
me up.
gonna eat you. Now you got all these pools and swimming pools,
stuff,
dirt bikes, all this stuff, everything. But don't go. So we got to be careful when we tell our kids don't do certain things.
Because that's only gonna pique their interest.
You don't open that door because there's 2 ways to get information. I got this from Ryan Bird. There's 2 things that we get information. One, by information, what I tell you, and 2, by experiences. Hey, Nate, it's a bear around that corner. That's information. Or you go around the corner, you run back. Hey, man, it's a bear back over here. So it's 2 ways to get the information. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't want to find out if it's a bear around the corner, and I ain't going to open that door. I'm going to take your word. You've always given me words to live by, as I stated earlier, and information, and you basically pour it into me. I remember when I first started talking about doing the podcast, I came to you for guidance, and you said, well, and look at me, big bro, this is your fruit.
Okay.
This is your fruit. I'll tell you were one of the people that said go do it.
Yeah. All we got is a dash.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the 2 most important things you're given? Did you think of? And there's no argument in it. It's just, I was told by my granddad the 2 most important things he gave me. 1, that our folks gave us our date of birth.
Yeah.
Your date of birth. You know how many times that minorities went without dates of birth.
All right.
2, your name. So behind your date of birth and your name, there's a dash. Run it. Because when you
doing the dash,
when you get that other date, it's over.
Doing the dash now, big bro.
Yeah.
I'm doing the dash.
Right.
I'll never forget when I first started, how you were telling me to go do it. And it almost would make me cry thinking about how much you've poured into me. And I want to tell you I love you and how much I appreciate you, big bro. Anything that I can do to help, whatever, I might be whatever, but I'm going to come through.
This is what people need to understand about people. As long as you're consistent, I can deal. I've worked for some of the hardest bosses you can think of. I started, I cut my teeth at Kroger. You feel me? Long as you're consistent, I can deal with you, but I can't deal with inconsistent. I can't deal with hot one day, cold the next. I can't deal with that.
I don't know how you feel.
Right, right. But one thing I love about Nate, he gonna have a different opinion. It's gonna cause conversation, and that's what they said in the barbershop. This is healthy conversation.
That's it, baby.
Right.
And you know what, big bro? I often have a different opinion.
Nate, sometimes I take the opposite opinion. I can agree with you. Just to get it started, I take the other side. Right.
Just
to see.
What's over there?
Yeah. You'd be amazed what come out.
You never know what's over there.
We have to be careful. I'm going to say this, and I hope I don't get in trouble. We got to be careful because, we had a mayor in D.C. that we got behind and supported, even though he had some issues with a certain drug.
Yeah.
And we was behind that mayor. We said, that's our mayor.
He's America.
He's America's mayor, right?
Yeah.
That's how them folks feel about they folk too. They get in trouble.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful. We have to have, I heard someone, I can't pronounce the brother's name, is running for president now.
I can't pronounce his name.
Wala. No. So if we want them to pronounce Kamala Harris's name correctly, we have to learn this too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we got I apologize.
There you go.
So, he should have did what the other girl did and changed his name.
Right. Well,
he should have did what Ted Cruz did. Ted Cruz changed his name.
Well, that's true.
The president, the girl running for president, is from South. Nikki Haley changed her name.
Absolutely.
But I commend that dude because this is my name, and you're gonna learn it.
You're gonna learn it. And
I can commend and appreciate that.
Right.
Whatever the hell his name is.
Right. You know who I'm talking. Hey, my grandfather said, "You may not know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm talking about."
That's it, big bro. Hey, baby, this big Nate, man. This the Nate Logic. Hey.
Before we go, Nate, I need to make sure I thank my sponsors.
Yes, please.
Derek Lewis Foundation. He's been very, very, very good to us. Aurora Recovery. They've been good to us. My board, Philip Hood, Amy Jackson Douglas, Wendy Cunningham Sanders, Namdi Thompson. I can't say enough about them. My wife. Everybody has been so supportive. And what I have to remember is, when I'm in the community, people are coming to me saying, "Hey, man, I love what you're doing. I seen what you on Facebook," and that's a lot of responsibility. Mm-hmm. And my prayer is that I don't do something to let them down.
I'll add to that, big bro. With me, a lot of people would always a lot of people can't separate my Facebook antics and
Right.
jokes from
Right.
the work that I've been doing in the community. And it's always funny to me because I at this point I just be like, well, if you let my paper plate joke keep you from seeing what I do, I probably fed over 20,000 people.
On paper plates. Literally on paper
Literally.
plates. But, I have a brother like that. Literally. He does not eat off paper. He come to the house, I already know he's not eat off paper plate.
Yeah.
My granddaddy won't eat off no paper plate.
Right.
But,
That's what
sometimes we joke.
Right.
And when I came home, my clothes were folded on my bed. My job was to put them up.
Yeah.
Okay? And so we were just joking at work one day, and I said, I don't fold clothes. The young lady got upset. She really got upset. Like, you don't fold clothes? I said, yeah, but look what I do. I cook, I clean, I cut the grass.
Yeah.
I get the cars oil change, get the tires rotated. I do all. So stop focusing on
what I don't do
and focus on
what I do.
That'll preach.
They don't understand partnerships, Big O.
It's a partnership.
They don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. But what I wanted to say is, you may see Nate Logic and me jokingly, but I always push people to match my effort in the community. Then, if you're going to laugh with me, serve with me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important. If you're going to laugh at Big O, serve with Big O.
That's correct.
If you put in the work and match our service, this world will be a lot better place. And so I want to get up out of here because I heard the biggest pit, the hardest pit in the little. I heard her down the hallway, so I know she in the building. I know. I think I heard Bobby Lowe down there too. Billionaire Bobby told me he had $1 million for me. So, and I think it's the hardest pit in the little birthday. So she anxious to get on here and or something. It's okay. Well, it's coming up. Big bro,
yeah.
I love you. I appreciate you for coming in, man.
I love you too, Nate. Thank you for the opportunity. We don't take anything for granted.
Big bro, wherever
whence
I'm
you
at,
came,
you there too.
From whence you came.
Wherever I am, you are there, big brother. Hey, this is the Nate Logic Show, baby. Wait, baby. I got the 870 show coming up. Billionaire Bobby, hardest pit in the little big six, and Iceman Matty. Wait, baby. 870 show. This is the Real Underground Radio Station. This is your boy Big Nate. This is Nate Logic, baby. Hold on, let's ride to this beat one more time. One more again, baby. Oh! Hey! Oh! We ain't playing with you, baby. Not at all. Get your mind right, baby. I don't care what you got going on, what you dealing with. Wait, baby. Life gonna come, but you better ride the curve. Don't let it break you off, baby.